If you are like me and you are also a first-time home buyer, then you're probably wondering whether or not home inspections are entirely worth the price and whether or not you should pull the trigger on that deal, whether or not you should put that offer in. There's a lot of unanswered questions, especially if you've never been through the whole process of buying a home before. I put an offer in on a home, and the first offer I put in was actually accepted. I did the home inspection process, and after doing all of that, I decided that the home is still very, very lovely and it'll make someone happy one day, but it's just not for me. I don't think I can go forward with it, especially with the budget that I have, which is very, very modest. I know I look rich, but I'm far from it. Me and my manager here, Lucy the cat, we live on a very, very modest budget, and I mean, we're happy, we're just not rolling in the dough. If she had it her way, she would have the largest litter box on the block. She would have a fountain for her water that filtered it on a regular basis. She would have one of those feeders where she didn't have to rely on someone like me to fill it up on a regular basis, which I keep it amply filled, except whenever she sees the bottom of her food bowl, she thinks that for some reason that the world's gonna end, and she makes noises until I fill it up more. Cats. Am I right, folks? But for better or for worse, this cat is in charge around here. She's my manager, she's in charge, she calls the shots, she tells me when she's hungry, she tells me when I have to clean up her litter box, and she's been managing me for a long time. She's been managing me for over 11 years, and I think she's got to be at least 13, 14 years old now. It's hard to say. She was an adopted cat off the streets. And even if she's only 13 or 14 years old, I have to start thinking about her retirement years and getting her a quality home that she can enjoy, and also one I can live with as well, so I can provide for her. So I put in the offer, I paid the $510 to get the inspection done, and I got the results back. I had to think about it for a while. I talked to a couple of friends and family and thought about it, and then I came to the conclusion that I should probably pull out of this particular deal and wait until something else comes along that's better suited for my needs. The house is absolutely wonderful, once again, and it's going to make someone happy one day. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful things about it. There's just some things that I'm not willing to deal with as a purchaser. Maybe I want something that's a little bit more move-in ready than I thought, and there's just a couple of hurdles that might be a little bit more challenging for me being a first-time home buyer to deal with. So the search continues. I hope that my realtor keeps their patience with me. I think that I might be a little bit more of a picky buyer than most other people, but I think this is something that you should be picky about. This is a very, very, very big purchase. It's something that will affect the rest of your life, you know, especially if you make as little money as I do. This is something that I have to budget for, I have to plan for, and work my very existence around in order to make sure that I can afford this place, keep up with the standard maintenance and repairs and upkeep that a house demands, and also think about the long term as far as its investment value and being able to sell it one day, or renting it out, who knows. If you're new to my channel, I should probably give you some relevance. I've been searching for a house in the Metro Detroit area for the past couple months, and right now it is a seller's market, so it's very difficult for buyers to find a deal that they would like because the houses are evaporating off the market immediately. We're competing with bigger companies and people who have a lot more money to throw around buying up these houses with low interest rates. And you only have so much time to look at a house, put in an offer, and then once the offer is accepted, you have 7 days to get an inspection and then really consider whether or not you want to go forward with that home buying process. So after going through the whole process of putting in an offer and getting the home inspection and all of that, I can really appreciate the safeguards that they have for not only the seller but also for the buyer, and how important it is to make best use of the time of your due diligence period. That is the period that you use in order to research fully the house, the area that you're moving in, the city, the local ordinances, the codes, the neighborhood, and everything else that you have to take in consideration when you're looking at a new location to move in, and of course the structural integrity of the building itself and everything else that you are legally responsible for as a homeowner. If you're not new to my channel, you were probably expecting me to be on a treadmill tonight doing a treadmill talk while I was at work, but I asked if I can go home early today because I was feeling a little under the weather and a little exhausted, frankly, from all of this home buying stuff. It's a lot to deal with mentally and psychologically, especially when they accept your offer and you have to go forward and inspect the home and then make a decision quickly, do something or pull out. It's like one or the other. And of course you don't want to waste their time. They're trying to sell their home and move on with their life, and I'm trying to find a home and move on with my life. And you don't want to disrespect anyone in the whole entire home buying process either. So with all that being considered, I wish the sellers the very, very best. They have a lot of things in their advantage. They have a beautiful home, they have a wonderful location, and it's a seller's market, and it's going to sell, and it's going to sell for more. The longer they wait, chances are the market's going to go up and they'll get a better deal anyhow. As for me, the market seems to be increasing more and more as time goes on, and according to various forecasts, we're looking at another 1 to 4 years increasing in price because of supply and demand and legislation and a bunch of other things that I don't fully understand. But I trust the people who are savvy to the field and do their research and work in the field of real estate on a regular basis, and trust what their opinions are on the matter. I happen to have my own opinions as far as this everything bubble we're in, and I'm not sure when it's going to burst. Eventually it's going to, and when it does burst, sure, the prices may come down, but what will the interest rates be? And as I said in a previous video, interest rates are often, in my opinion, overlooked when it comes to the value of the house over time. You can buy a house for, say, $100,000 and have an interest rate of 5%, or you can buy a house for $120,000 and have an interest rate of 3%. Do you know which one's going to cost you more long term? Is it a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage? Is it a variable rate or a fixed rate? These are various questions you need to ask yourself, and also take consideration the power of compound interest and how it works against you in this particular circumstance. So the way I see it from here on out, if I keep saving money and increase my down payment, it will only help me to lower the interest rate that I'll be responsible for paying. It can also help me to qualify for a larger loan if I find a larger home or a more expensive home that I just absolutely love and really, really want. So the search continues, folks. I'm going to keep on saving. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to find a house that's good for me, or a property somewhere, whatever it is. I'm going to be a home buyer. I'm going to own some real estate. It's just a matter of time, feeling out the market and waiting for the right opportunity to pop up. When it comes to negotiations, they say the best card you can possibly have in your hand is the ability to be able to walk away from a potential deal. Now, I'm not talking about bluffing. I'm talking about being able to actually walk away from a deal. Like, you don't actually need to do the deal. It would be nice if you could do the deal if it's for the right price, but if it's not for the right price, if you are lucky enough and privileged enough you can walk away from the deal, then the odds are more in your favor and you have more room to negotiate if you can walk away. So that's that. This was only my first offer I ever put on a home, and it was accepted. I felt a little rushed through the whole process, but that's the way these things go, and I'm happy for the whole entire experience. I learned a lot from it, and now I know the gravity of the situation and how serious it is when you put an offer in on a home, what it entails, what it involves, how expensive building inspections can be, what they can show you, what I can look for before I bother putting in an offer, and a bunch of other things. So my unsolicited advice for anyone watching and considering about being a first-time home buyer is this: research the area thoroughly, make sure you get your home inspection. It doesn't hurt also to watch more detailed videos about what to look for when it comes to purchasing a home for your first time, and make sure you know a lot about the region, like your climate. Are you below sea level? Are you near a fault line with the tectonic plates and at risk for earthquakes? Are hurricanes something you actually have to worry about? What's the crime like in your area? Are there any shady organizations that frequent the city you're looking in? What's the school system like? Do people take care of their homes? Are there children playing in the street, or are there bars on the windows and the doors? What will the auto insurance for your vehicle be in the area if you do own a car? Is there a lien on the house? What are the property taxes going to be like after you purchase the home? There is so much to consider when it comes to purchasing a home, more than I thought that there would be. What they say, location, 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 is very, very, very important and very, very, very relevant. And it would also be very beneficial to you if you bring a friend or a family member that you trust who also has home buying experience when looking at a home, because another set of eyes can go a very, very, very long way. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. I appreciate it very much. And now for a shameless plug. I post a lot here on YouTube, and I post every single day, in fact, for the year of 2021. I have many different interests and a lot of different things to say. Another reason I'm posting every single day this year is to track my progress as a content creator throughout the whole entire year. Partially as an experiment, but also as a source of information for other aspiring content creators. They can look at what I was doing throughout this whole entire year, and they can look at the advantages and disadvantages of posting every single day. So as I said, I am a chaotic poster. I have many different interests and I post about a variety of different topics. But one thing that I do that is consistent with this channel is I post a weekly circus and flow arts tutorial every single Sunday or Monday morning, depending on when it actually gets out. So if you want to learn how to juggle, or juggle clubs, or contact juggle, the art of rolling crystal balls around the body and make them look like they're floating, or if you want to learn how to spin things in your finger, we call that pediddling. It's when you take a ring binder, a book, or a serving tray, or even flat pillows on your couch, and you spin them on the tip of your finger. Pretty fun stuff. Or you can learn how to do the devil sticks. The devil sticks is probably the circus and flow arts prop that I'm most familiar with, that I've been doing for the longest period of time. It's a good source of exercise and building dexterity and confidence, and it's just fun. Alright folks, I've talked your ear off long enough. Thanks very much for watching this video to the very end. I appreciate it very much. Remember to do your own due diligence and your own research when you are purchasing a new home, and listen to your best judgment. Know what you're willing to spend, get your home inspection, have a trusted friend or family member help you out, and don't settle for less than what you deserve. So remember folks, to never give up. Do your best, stay true to you, and as always, be amazing folks. Good night.